Yes.
Please.
This is a very talented performer. And she has done a lot of work on radio, some stuff on terrestrial radio, some stuff on internet radio. In fact, she has contributed several times to our friend Mary Kennedy and Paul Jasek's show, Oh Mary, and very, very funny stuff on that show. She was here for Vertical Humor. The last one, we're going to have one, not this Friday, but the next Friday. We had one last month, and she was so freaking funny when she was doing that show. And to celebrate, she also has a book to add to our collection of books, Laugh Your Way to Happiness, 101 Ways to Have a Great Laugh. And it is written by America's Girlfriend. Right there. So you see that? Yeah, America's Girlfriend over here. So, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for America's Girlfriend, Miss Kareth Foster.
This is a portion from a program I created called Stereotyped 101. When I decided to go into entertainment, well, first of all, I never planned to go into entertainment. My goal in life was to be a reporter, a journalist. See, that's what I went to college for. That's what I got my degree in. I was going to be this beacon of light and truth, because I felt that's what the world needed. Right? I thought we were kind of living in the dark, and I wanted to be the person to lead everybody to an education and to really just know and see what was going on in the world. So when I got to that point in journalism, I realized that you only get to tell a certain version of the truth. And then I found myself in the world of comedy, which turned out, though, to be even better. Because not only could I be myself, I didn't have to use that stuffy news anchor voice, and act a certain way and dress a certain way. I could be me. I was free to be me. And the best part was I could also make people think. Now, once you get into stand-up, that part of entertainment, you inevitably get into other parts, like auditioning for commercials and television shows. So I thought, oh, wow, this is going to be a cinch. I mean, I'm smart, I'm funny, I think I look pretty decent. I mean, I'm not ugly. I can get some bookings. So after some hard work, I ended up getting a couple of agents who sent me out for things. They sent me out on auditions. And what I quickly noticed was that the parts they were sending me out for, and obviously the TV stuff, was all called for African-American individuals. And yeah, I fit the bill. Fine. But the real issue came up when it was for voiceovers. And they wanted an African-American. Well, of course my agents would send me because I was on their client list. But here's where the little hiccup came. I don't know if y'all picked this up or not, but I don't exactly sound black. Initially, I didn't realize this. I mean, yeah, I kind of did. I mean, I was teased growing up a little bit. The problem was that the people who were auditioning me, and I do joke about this in my comedy routine, they wanted me to sound blacker. But because we're in the age of being politically correct, they wouldn't say that to my face. So instead I would get, can you jazz it up a little? And I was like, so you want me to scat? It's sort of funny, but it was also really awful and really painful. Because I knew I had a great voice that was distinctive, and it was frustrating on everybody's end, because here I was just being me, being true to myself, and I was almost fighting with these people who I believe genuinely liked me, but they had orders or an idea of what they wanted, which wasn't me. And there was this frustration with my agents who just wouldn't send me out for regular parts, like, you know, just the role of the funny girl. Why does it have to be African American? Just because this is the color of my skin doesn't necessarily mean that's all there is to me. And I think that's why I've been so successful as a comedian, because I don't see myself as a woman or black first. I see myself as funny, as a comedian. And those two other things, oh yeah, they're bonuses. And they're part of the package. And I'm glad that I have those things and I appreciate them. I would never deny them, but I just think if I were to live in just that space, I would be leading a very sheltered and closed existence, and the opportunities that I have wouldn't have come my way. I have to say the hardest part was being frustrated and hurt that the people who were supposed to represent me couldn't see past my outside enough to recognize what I had to offer. They couldn't see the gold mine that was within me. And that's a battle that I fight every day, still to this day. You know, you think 20 years ago when The Cosby Show came out, you know, that would have made some headway, or even The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it still exists. And you like to think it's over, and we're in 2011, but it's still an issue, and I don't believe that most people who are outside of the entertainment business even think about this. But I think it's on the outside as well. And the best story I ever have about this, personally, it happened to my mother. Years ago, we moved to Plano, Texas, which is actually a very affluent suburb north of Dallas. And we started getting calls from Sears for carpet cleaning. And for some reason or another, the schedules just never worked out. Either they could come or my mom wasn't going to be there. And the woman who would call, the representative, developed a rapport with my mother. And she knew that my mother had gone to Rutgers University. She knew her husband worked for IBM, that she had 2 children, my brother and I, in private schools. And they developed this friendship. Well, one day they finally had an agreement. These people were going to come and clean our carpets. And the woman, I'm going to call her Nancy, she says to my mother, "Carol, I just want you to know, before everybody comes to clean your carpets, that the men who are coming to do this are black." To which my mother, who is truly probably one of the coolest people I know, responded, "That's okay, Nancy. I sleep with a black man every night."